Hello and welcome to March 2024's edition of What the Heck is Going On in the Denver housing market. If you're new to my monthly market update series, this is where I give you a really simplified bird's eye view of what is going on in our housing market here in Denver. And then I'm gonna throw some numbers at you. However, I'm always going to simplify the numbers and tell you exactly what those numbers mean so you know exactly how to win in this market, whether you are considering buying or selling. Then at the very end, I'll give you an idea of where I think our market is going to go. If you're new to my channel, my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver realtor. My contact information is in the YouTube description. I want to extend a friendly invitation for you to reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything real estate related. I've got some new strategies that we're using with some of my clients that is crushing in this market. With that being said, let's talk about the market. So, this is once again the bird's eye view. And do I have a marker? Cool. Right out the gate, we saw 2% appreciation in February alone. And keep in mind, that is on top of January, where we saw 2.7% appreciation. So the first 2 months of 2024, we are kicking off with some serious appreciation in the 4 to 5, maybe 5.5%. Why is that? Well, pending sales, which is buyers writing offers, went up 12.7%. And that is on top of that number in January going up 50%. So we've seen about 60 to 70% more buyers entering the market since the new year, and buyers are getting into bidding wars, driving up prices, hence why we are seeing that appreciation. Now, as far as listings go, homes to shop for, we saw a 30% increase. So we have 30% more homes to choose from. So we have a growing inventory for buyers to choose from and for sellers to compete against. Now, in once again January, we saw that number go up 90%. So we've had about 120 to 130% more sellers putting their homes on the market, which is great news if you're a buyer, because not only do you have more options to choose from, but there's less bidding wars happening. They're still happening, but there's less of them happening because there's more and more homes to choose from, so buyers have more options. Now, the reason we're seeing so much appreciation so rapidly, once again 2.7% in January and now 2% in February, is because buyers are being very, very picky with the homes they write offers on and choose to buy, because rates are perceived to be significantly higher, and they are higher than they've been, but I'm getting too in the weeds here. So overall, let's just say on a Friday, 10 new homes hit the market. 2 of them are like the best homes, being remodeled, updated, presented well, priced right, photographed well, and the other 8 aren't as desirable. Those top 2 are getting into bidding wars. All the buyers are saying, that's move-in ready, I can just move in, don't have to worry about it. They jump in and every buyer looks at it, drives the price up, and it sells quickly. And then those other 8 homes sit for longer, which is an opportunity for a lot of buyers out there if they don't want to compete against the best homes at their price point or that look the best. They have a lot of options to sneak in with homes that just aren't as attention grabbing with the pictures, and maybe a little overpriced, and maybe the seller's willing to work with them on concessions or reducing the price. So there is opportunity out there if you're a buyer. It's just if you're looking for the best of the best home in your price bracket, it might get competitive. And if you're a seller, make sure you position yourself properly so you can be one of those properties that sells really, really quickly. Speaking of selling quickly, that's a really big circle. The amount of time it takes to sell a home went down 36% to about 23 days. So sellers, this is all unique to your neighborhood and price point, everything. However, if you are priced correctly, you should anticipate a relatively quick sale. And also for buyers, what that means is get out there on the weekends and see homes, especially if you are looking for that move-in ready, well photographed, great home. Those homes are gonna sell really, really quick. Keep in mind, the best of the best homes are not selling in 23 days. They are selling in 1, 2, or 3 days, and other homes are sitting for a little bit longer. So that's where our market is at today. Where do I think our market's gonna go? This is data. The next 2 or 3 charts is data for going all the way back to 2015. I'm not gonna zoom in on this and make it super in the weeds here. I just wanna show you really quickly. Buyers, when are you going to have more and more options to choose from as far as new homes hitting the market? Well, what you can see for the past 10 years like clockwork is our market is very consistent with when we see new homes hit the market. And basically all of these peaks are right around the April, May, June timeframe. So going into our spring and summer market is when we're going to have the most amount of homes to choose from. And this right here is today, this green bar. And you can already see that we are shooting up quite high, with new listings. So we're right on trend right here with that line there with new listings. hitting the market, which is great. Some more homes to choose from. Sellers, once again, more homes to compete with. So make sure you position properly. Pending sales, when do you have the most amount of buyers in the market? This is good for buyers to know, so you know when you have the most competition, and sellers when you have the most buyers in the market. Once again, we can see like clockwork, our market is very consistent and very cyclical, and all of these peaks are, once again, you guessed it, in the April, May, June time frame. And this is where we are right here. So we're already right on trend as we go into spring for more and more buyers to be hitting the market. So expect it to get more competitive, whether you are a buyer or a seller going into the spring markets. And last but not least is days to sell. How long does it take for days to sell? Now, this is an interesting one because obviously the lower this number is, the quicker these sales are. And once again, this is the past 10 years. So lots and lots, that got weird. Lots and lots of data here. And once again, the lower it is, the quicker homes are selling. And all of these low points, I'll spare you me zooming in on this, but just take my word for it. When homes are selling the quickest is, you guessed it, that April, May, June time frame. So if you're shopping in that April, May, June time frame, you're going to have more options, more competition, and you're going to have to move a little bit quicker. What's interesting is we're not seeing this drop off as much as we'd expect. You can see these other charts are already kicking up here and showing normal trends, but our days to sell still isn't coming down dramatically. And the reason for that is lots of homes are sitting that buyers are choosing not to buy because they're not as move-in ready. So I have a lot of sellers asking me right now when the best time to list is. And even though that April, May, June is included in there, quick heads up, whether you're buying or selling in June is interesting because technically it's the peak of our market, which means if you list in June, it's not a bad time to list. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be a doomstalker or anything like that. But if you list in June, you risk listing near the peak of the market. And unless you capture the right wave and sell really quickly, our market then starts to decline rapidly, as we can see with these pending sales right here. These numbers go down. These charts go down really quick, pretty much June and July every year. So if you list in June and don't nail it with your pricing and timing, you risk going into a declining market, and you're probably gonna have to start reducing your price a little bit quicker than if you listed before June and you at least had some runway of our market continuing to pick back up. Guys, this was the, what was today? Today's March 2024's housing market update. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I appreciate you watching. My contact information is below. I want to extend a friendly invitation for you to reach out. Once again, I've got some strategies that are working really well for my buyers, preventing them from overpaying and getting them into the right home quickly, and sellers to maximize your price and sell as quickly as reasonably possible. Once again, feel free to reach out. We can talk about that, have a no pressure, no BS conversation. Either way, thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, see you on the next one.